Edmonton. Local breaking news with Nariman Isa.
Good evening. Any chance for a last-minute deal between Alberta teachers and the province was squashed today. The Alberta Teachers Association says the strike is going ahead on Monday. The province is also putting out a warning to parents planning to access financial support during the teacher strike. It is offering eligible parents $30 per day for kids 12 and under to help with childcare and tutoring costs. You need to sign up through the Alberta Parent Payment Portal. Now, that site will open October 13th, and the province says any page asking you to sign up for it now is a scam. Now, the province is also offering more money for families who receive the childcare subsidy for out-of-school care. It will increase to a maximum of $644 to align with summer rates. The temporary increase will come into effect after 5 consecutive days of a strike and apply for all of October. Now, the province is also offering education grants if parents choose to enroll their child for homeschooling, up to $450.50 per child. Now, during the strike, provincial heritage sites and museums will be free for Albertans 18 and under. That includes the Royal Alberta Museum. Now, teachers will not be picketing as they will not be paid during the strike. Instead, they will be holding rallies across the province. The first 2 are this Sunday, one in Edmonton and one in Calgary, and Edmonton's will be held outside the legislature. Well, Canada Post has presented a new offer to the Canadian Union of Postal Workers.
We've also brought forward changes that will enable us to, put the transformation in place that the government has directed us to do so that we don't continue to become a drain on the taxpayers.
The proposal includes a 13% wage increase over 4 years, a defined benefit pension, health and post-retirement benefits, up to 7 weeks vacation, and a cost of living allowance. Canada Post removed a signing bonus, citing a worsening financial picture. Canada Post employees went on strike last week after Ottawa said it's planning reforms at the financially strapped service. A busy Southside road was shut down by Edmonton police for a few hours today. Now, police shut down the road on Gateway Boulevard at 39th Avenue earlier tonight. Details are scarce, with a police spokesperson saying the area was closed off to traffic for an ongoing police investigation. Now, tactical officers could be seen with their guns drawn at a nearby motel going into one of the rooms. A petition to keep Alberta a part of Canada has gathered more than 2/3 of its required signatures. Now, as CTV's Gates Warren reports, organizers say they still have a long way to go.
230,000 signatures.
Cheers from volunteers at Edmonton's Borden Park Friday. The Forever Canadian petition, started by former Alberta MLA Thomas Lukaszuk, has surpassed 2/3 of its goal.
When you put it in perspective, about 250,000 of Albertans have already signed this petition, and they're lining up still everywhere to sign this petition.
The petition began as a response to calls for the province to separate from Canada. Thousands have put their names forward to help gather signatures.
We stand on guard for thee.
Lukaszuk himself will be touring the province in a branded motorhome to get the petition across the finish line.
This is my home for the next 3 weeks. I will be driving everywhere, tonight in Redwater, tomorrow in Smoky Lake, and the tour will continue.
This volunteer has delivered 9 boxes of signatures from Calgary.
It gives an opportunity for people to step up, ordinary citizens to step up and have their voices heard. There's governments are making policy decisions every day. There's people speaking up about separation. This is an opportunity for us to be able to make our mark as well.
But despite getting closer to the goal of 300,000 names, a number required by Elections Alberta, Lukaszuk says the work is far from over.
I'm not the most athletic guy in the world, but from watching sports, I know when they run a 100-meter dash, they run past the finish line. We will be running past the finish line. So
there are only a few weeks left for signatures to be gathered. The deadline is October 28th. Gates Warren, CTV News, Edmonton.
Now, the province is cracking down on what it calls bad actors in the trucking industry. The Alberta government has ordered the closure of 5 commercial driver training schools and revoked the licenses of a dozen instructors. It also removed 13 commercial trucking companies from the road for various safety-related issues. 7 of those companies were identified as chameleon carriers. Now, those are companies that try to avoid regulatory oversight by changing names or relocating operations across jurisdictions. More than $100,000 worth of penalties have also been issued. The province says it will continue to take tough enforcement against commercial driving training schools and carriers to improve safety across the trucking industry. Edmonton police hope you can help identify a sexual assault suspect. Police say in early July, a boy or teenager approached a group of parents and children at a playground near 109th Street and 162nd Avenue. He asked if he could play with the kids. Now, police believe he then took an 8-year-old girl into a nearby wooded area and assaulted her. Police say they are releasing the sketch after exhausting all other ways of identifying a suspect. He has black hair and is about 5'6" to 5'8" tall. He was wearing a white T-shirt with a logo across the chest, white running shoes, and light blue jeans. Several children are recovering after being exposed to pepper spray at a northwest Edmonton playground. The park at 135th Street and 122nd Avenue was closed today while crews cleaned the playground equipment. Police say the exposure happened at around 3:30 yesterday afternoon. EPS did not say if the children were the intended victims of the pepper spray. One woman was at the park with her granddaughter when she heard screaming.
She was just burning. She was beet red. Her eyes were burning. She was crying. Her eyes were burning. Her mouth was burning. I could not believe it. I've lived in this, like I said, this area for 40 years. I have never seen anything like this.
McCormick says several kids from a nearby daycare were also affected. EPS says it is looking into possible additional incidents. Police have charged a man in connection with a fatal crash on White Mud Drive. Ashton Wilson was killed in June after pulling his van over on the side of the White Mud near 111th Street. He got out to check something when a semi-truck hit him. Wilson died on the scene. A 4-year-old girl inside the van was not hurt. A 38-year-old is charged with dangerous driving causing death. A 73-year-old man is dead after being hit by a truck in southwest Edmonton this morning. Police say the man was crossing 23rd Avenue at Stillwater Boulevard when he was hit. A bystander attempted to help the man but was unable. Police believe a lack of lighting in the area may have contributed to the collision. The driver of the truck remained at the scene. 26 people have died in a traffic collision in Edmonton this year. Edmonton police say rumors and social media have complicated their investigation into a missing 14-year-old boy. Samuel Bird's family has been focused on the North Saskatchewan River, while police now say his body is likely west of Edmonton. CTV's Nicole Lampa has the story.
The River Valley has been the search base for Samuel Bird's family and friends. Bird's mother says when he disappeared, she received messages saying he was in the water and was encouraged by spiritual elders to look in the river. Earlier this week, police said they respect their efforts.
Because I understand it. That said, we cannot deploy police resources to information that comes from a source like that. I wish we had the resources to do it.
Edmonton police also said they wished this case didn't attract so much social media attention.
Unprecedented, it's astounding.
About 2 weeks after Bird disappeared in June, Bueller says the missing person file became a homicide case, with 9 homicide detectives and others working on it. Detective Jared Bueller says soon after, videos and online misinformation surfaced. In one instance, he says investigators tracked down a young man in BC who posted something but had no connections to Edmonton or Samuel Bird.
I can say that there is a lot of misinformation. It is cost us a significant amount of time that could have been otherwise spent investigating actual evidence.
A criminologist says social media adds to the police workload.
You have to basically put out every single social media fire in order to get a conviction.
Bird's family is seeking justice and closure.
On car rides, certain songs break me down in tears because they remind me of my Sammy.
His laughter, his spirit, and his love are what define him, not the circumstances of his disappearance.
Bird's mother says a sacred fire will stay in place at Dawson Park. Their focus now, though, is to help police look on rural properties west of Edmonton as far as Edson, where police believe Bird's remains were hidden. Nicole Lampa, CTV News, Edmonton.
20 years after it became the Avenue of Champions, 118th Avenue between 97th Street and Northlands Coliseum is rebranding. The Business Association says many don't identify with the slogan anymore, so they are looking for something new. And that means more than 200 pieces of infrastructure, including the huge baseball bat, could be removed. CTV's Nicole Weisberg reports.
They've lined Alberta Avenue for years, but soon these colorful metal athletes will be coming down as the community searches for a new identity.
We met with community members, stakeholders, the arts groups, the community leagues, and start asking the question if we still identify with that. The answer was overwhelmingly no, and so now we are looking into what is it then.
This portion of 118th Avenue was branded the Avenue of Champions more than 20 years ago to help revitalize the neighborhood. The $1.5 million streetscape included signage, figurines, street furniture, murals, and this.
The bat certainly just represents the championships. It represents sports.
The 15-meter-long, 900-kilogram aluminum bat was installed in 2003. At the time, it was the largest bat in Canada. The Alberta Avenue Business Association says getting rid of it is a possibility, but no decisions have been made.
We're really open to any conversations that come.
I think it's good for people who come in and see it, like who don't live in the city, but people who live in the city, I don't think really enjoy being by there in general.
Honestly, change is nice.
At the same time, I realize what the importance is of remembering how much Edmonton has won, or like even if it's just in the sports.
The Edmonton Riverhawks say it is just a coincidence they made an April Fool's Day joke about moving the bat to Remax Field earlier this year. However, they'd love to have it.
Would we love to have it here and keep it around the city and have it here for fans to enjoy? Yes, of course, it'd be awesome. Is it more just like a fun idea to think of? Maybe. It really would depend, I guess, cost of transporting it, laying the foundation here for it.
People can give their opinion on the rebrand on the Alberta Avenue Association website. Nicole Weisberg, CTV News, Edmonton.
Head coach of the Edmonton Oilers is sticking around for a few more seasons. The Oilers and Chris Knobloch have reached a 3-year contract extension. The 47-year-old is beginning his 3rd season with the Oilers. He has won 94 of his 151 regular season games. He also guided the Oilers to back-to-back Stanley Cup final appearances. Knobloch says he's excited.
The last couple of years have been phenomenal, and to be able to work for this organization, I'm very blessed with having talented players, but also players with outstanding character who want to win. And then also the staff and everybody else I worked with has been a completely fabulous experience for me.
Knobloch and the Oilers wrapped up the preseason tonight in Vancouver. The season starts next Wednesday. The release of Taylor Swift's latest album is providing a boost to some local businesses. A Swifties dance party is planned for the release of Swift's 12th album, The Life of a Showgirl, earlier tonight at the Starlight Room. Now, it's not the first time the venue has held a Taylor Swift-themed dance party. Staff were predicting another wild night out.
We'll probably have about 500 people at least. So you could just expect a very excited audience that screams every single word to every single song, from top to bottom.
Listening parties are also being held at Campio, Epic Market, Mala Market, and Rollers Roller Rink. University of Alberta music professor Alexander Carpenter teaches a course on pop music analysis. He spoke on Your Morning Edmonton about Swift's success, comparing her to the Great One.
Wayne Gretzky as a player was intuitive, and everything seemed quite effortless. And then, of course, along with that, there's the awareness that this is years and years and years of grinding and a deep, deep awareness of the game.
Cineplex theaters are also playing a short film featuring behind-the-scenes footage and lyric videos throughout the weekend. Well, coming up next, why more and more Canadians are battling with obesity.
We're doing nothing but increasing in obesity rates across Canada.
And how a small pill can make a big difference for people suffering from inflammatory bowel disease.
After a decently warm week, temperatures are set to drop off as we go throughout the weekend to seasonal values. It's just going to feel a little bit cool. We're not used to it, but the warmer days do return. The extended forecast is looking quite nice. I have all those details, your 5 and 10 day forecast coming up.
Some patients in Alberta may be offered a taxi to the emergency room instead of an ambulance as part of a new pilot project. The 6-month pilot project is only for people in Edmonton and Calgary. Acute Care Alberta says callers to 811 who are advised to see a doctor within 24 hours may be offered the service if they do not have another way to get to their nearest hospital or urgent care centre. The health agency says the service is meant to reduce strain on the health system. If successful, the pilot project will be expanded to other parts of the province. A free breast health screening event will be held in Edmonton tomorrow. The screening is being offered by Canada Diagnostic Centres. The initiative promotes early detection and awareness during Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
It is for women's ages 40 and up, and it's just for them to talk to doctors to get more information and just the benefits of screening mammograms.
All the spots for this event are full, but women between the ages of 45 and 74 can book a screening mammogram without a referral through AHS. Statistics Canada says most Canadian adults are now classified as overweight or obese. The issue has become even more prevalent in recent years. CTV's Adrian Gabriel sifted through the numbers and the reasons behind them.
Canadians' waistlines are expanding at a new record pace.
We're doing nothing but increasing in obesity rates across Canada.
Pointing to pandemic-related lifestyle changes as part of the problem, released this week, the Stats Can report monitored Canadians from 2022 to 2024. It found that 68% of those aged 18 to 79 were classified as obese due to their body mass index known as BMI.
It doesn't factor in certain things. It may be underestimating, it may be overestimating.
BMI is a weight calculation that generally factors in the body index of a Caucasian male. Doctors say it rarely distinguishes if you're a man or a woman or from a different ethnic background with a different BMI cutoff.
There wasn't a day that didn't pass my mind like, oh my God, if you don't get this under control, you could die young.
At 5'2", Jennifer Isaac's weight recently topped out at 307 pounds. 4 years ago, her younger sister was hit by a drunk driver and died. Amidst the grief and stress, she turned to food.
It was just that comfort blanket. And even though we eat pretty healthy in our house, believe it or not, the weight just kept piling on. I think it has a lot to do with genetics, a lot to do with hormones.
The Stats Can survey also found that nearly half of Canadian adults have an unhealthy waistline, which could lead to serious health issues.
Type 2 diabetes, coronary artery disease, high blood pressure.
Isaac has taken control of her personal health. Losing 55 pounds over the last 6 months, she shares this message with Canadians.
Don't blame yourself because it can be a lot to do with health factors. I have post-thrombosis and endometriosis, but never ever beat yourself up about it because we're all human at the end of the day.
Doctors we spoke with say if you need to lose 5, 10, or 15 pounds, then hitting the track, the gym, and changes to your diet are key. For those who suffer from more severe obesity, medical intervention may be needed.
Now, Canadian researchers have made a breakthrough when it comes to the treatment of inflammatory bowel disease. Researchers at McMaster University and MIT have discovered a brand new antibiotic that targets IBD like Crohn's and colitis. It is a narrow-spectrum drug, meaning it doesn't attack good bacteria. The new antibiotic specifically attacks a family of bacteria that includes E. coli. Researchers hope it will be ready for human trials in 3 years. Canada has one of the highest rates of Crohn's and colitis in the world. Now, during the season premiere of MasterChef Canada, the Edmonton contestant was eliminated.
Veronica, did you have salt on your station?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I'm getting under seasoning throughout the whole thing pretty stridently.
Okay.
I like all the different applications to it. I just wanted there to be some salt.
I agree with you. It could definitely use some salt. And I'll say, I think you played very safe.
That was Edmonton's Veronica McRae presenting her fish tacos recipe on MasterChef Canada. She was one of 3 chefs sent home during the first episode of Season 8. You can watch that episode on CTV.ca or on Crave. Now, MasterChef Canada moves to Tuesdays right here on CTV. Well, still ahead, oh my gourd. A town northeast of Edmonton is getting ready to show off some of its prize pumpkins.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Well, it was a pretty nice Friday here in Edmonton. We made it up to 19 degrees, well above our average seasonal high of 12. Now, 12 looks cool after the temperatures that we've had. It's been pretty warm through September and the beginning of October so far. We'll see a return to more seasonal temperatures for tomorrow. It's going to feel a little bit on the cool side, but it will be fairly seasonal. Let's take a look at today's high. Again, we made it to 19. Cold Lake, Lloyd, as well as Coronation, 20. Calgary, 18. Calgary's going to be quite a bit cooler for tomorrow, cooler than us, and possibly a rain-snow mix later Saturday night. Let's take a look at the futurecast. As we go throughout the overnight period, we get to partly cloudy sky. Lots of sun as we start off Saturday morning, a little bit more cloud into the afternoon and evening. Areas to the west, we could start to see some scattered showers, possibly a rain-snow mix once you get out towards Hinton and Jasper. That pulls to the south. Calgary sees some showers afternoon, early evening, late evening, possibly a rain-snow mix passing through Calgary. So they could see some trickier conditions weather-wise out towards the mountain parks and then down towards Calgary as we go throughout later Saturday. And then into Sunday, they clear out, we clear out, lots of sun throughout the day on Sunday. Let's take a look at the overnight lows. We'll start off around 4 or 5 degrees. Red Deer 1, Calgary 4. Areas into the north, 4 for Peace River. Not expecting a big jump temperature-wise. Peace River 9, Grand Prairie 9, Whitecourt 8. So a lot cooler for tomorrow than where we have been for the last little while. That's the case for the south. The warmer temperatures will be along the Saskatchewan border, fairly close to average seasonal high. But Calgary again, 8 degrees. Late tomorrow night, possibly a rain-snow mix. Overnight for us, partly cloudy sky, 5 to start off in the morning with a bit of a breeze. 11 tomorrow, some windy periods. And as we take a look at your 5-day forecast, 13 on Sunday. Sunday will be quite nice. It's just going to be a little bit cool in the morning, -1 to start, but that 13 will feel nice. 14 Monday, we continue to warm. 18 Tuesday, 16 on Wednesday. Your 10-day forecast. As we take a look at the second half, temperatures holding as we go throughout next week until we get into the later part of next weekend, where we do see a bit of a temperature drop-off. Overall, pretty decent 10-day forecast, more warm days after a seasonal weekend.
Well, Marmot Basin can't wait for the snow to fly. The ski hill in Jasper is targeting a mid-November opening with some new deals to attract families. Marmot will be offering free lift passes for kids 12 and under until December 19th. They will also get free rentals and a free breakfast in the Caribou cafeteria. The ski resort's vice president says potential visitors may have been uncertain visiting Jasper last winter after the wildfire. Now, he says Marmot wants to help make skiing a bit more accessible.
You know, we're trying to make skiing as affordable as possible for families to get them out on the slopes. We know they enjoy skiing in the wintertime and getting out there. So we've come up with some programs here to make it more affordable.
Now, Rode says there are also family deals on passes. He says there's also a lot of new terrain this year and for more advanced and expert skiers. Marmot's opening date will be firmed up closer to November. Well, Geoscience fun is being promised at the University of Alberta this weekend at a rock and fossil clinic. The Association of Professional Engineers and Geoscientists of Alberta is hosting an event for children from elementary to grade 12. Rare rocks, minerals, and paleontology specimens will be on display. You can also bring in your own rock and fossil finds to be identified by experts.
People can learn the depth and breadth of geoscience, and
they will get to engage with our volunteers and our geoscience experts and professional geoscientists who really are just passionate about sharing what they know.
The Rock and Fossil Clinic is open tomorrow from 10 until 4 at the U of A's Earth Sciences building. Well, the Great White North Pumpkin Way Off takes over Smoky Lake tomorrow. The town northeast of Edmonton has been celebrating its pumpkins at an annual fair for 35 years. Don Cruz has won the top award for growing the largest pumpkin every year since 2016. Now, last year, his gourd weighed in at nearly 1,000 kilograms. His largest pumpkin weighed 1,015 kilograms a few years back. All right, that's all the time we have for tonight. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good rest of your evening.